Hello, Internet. It is I, the Malik Aaron, and welcome back to Box Office Predictions. Today, we are going to be talking about Redeeming Love. So, as usual, we're going to be going over the pros and cons. So, let's get to it. Pros. Ooh. okay, I've thought of some. So, Redeeming Love is a romance movie. Obviously, the poster and title can tell you that. And you know, in the past, romance movies used to do extremely well. Even the really bad ones, they used to do extremely well. With I think some of the biggest in terms of box office revenue were easily like Twilight, 50 Shades, absolute trash. But then there's also other ones like, Fault in Our Stars is another big one. Then oh god, all the Nicholas Sparks movies, which like for a hot minute I thought this was a Nicholas Sparks movie. It certainly looks like one, but apparently it's not. It's from Francine Rivers, not Nicholas Sparks, but still, I mean, can you really tell the difference? Can you? But yeah, like this gives me like strong Nicholas Sparks vibes because his movies like the last decade, used to be, pretty successful. I mean, there was movies like, obviously The Notebook being his big hit. And then there was that. There was Dear John. There was like one with Zac Efron, The Lucky One, I think. There's another one that's Safe Haven. That was like the last successful Nicholas Sparks movie, and then his movies just fizzled out, which is a good thing after that. But yeah, like that's proof positive that people do watch romance movies. They have watched romance movies. They'll even watch absolute crap like 50 Shades. Like 50 Shades is awful, but those each of those movies made hundreds of millions of dollars. So there's clearly an audience for this. They haven't been coming out recently, and I'll explain that when we get to the cons, but historically speaking, the romance genre has been a pretty big you know, darn it, I lost my train of thought. It's been a fairly successful genre, especially due to how cheap it is, which definitely helps. So I would consider that a pro to an extent, being a part of a relatively successful genre in the past. All right. We'll talk about the present when we get to the cons, but yeah. You can tell I'm really stretching with the pros by mentioning, oh, this genre was successful in the past. Um, So, there's that. I guess another pro is that this movie has a zero direct competition, at least this weekend. It won't have anything remotely similar until Marry Me comes out a few weeks from now for Valentine's Day, which is a far more lucrative date than this. So this movie kind of missed the boat, but they're both from Universal, so I'm guessing Universal saw "Marry Me" as the bigger movie, and they're probably right about that. So yeah, but still, this movie has no real direct competition now. I mean, it helps that a lot of the movies out are so old, like more than a month old. Like they just been it's so dead content wise out there. And it doesn't help that a lot of the movies out there are complete disasters financially and nobody's watching them. People are only watching a few things. They're watching Scream, they're watching No Way Home, and they're watching Sing 2. That's it. Everything else, bomb. Or it's like too niche to be super successful. And yeah, lack of competition will help it, maybe. I don't. I'm gonna consider it a pro. Okay, I give up. Cons. Remember when I said the romance genre, was a successful, like it was like a thriving genre? Well, that was a long, long, long time ago. And let's just, there's too many here. I'm trying to find the more specific examples, but yeah, it's been a long time since we had a big romance movie. I guess West Side Story technically counts, but that movie did terrible. So I gotta like scroll and scroll and scroll for like legit romance movies. Profile, I guess, but that's tanked. Long Weekend, that was a romance movie, and that just yikes. um, uh, Gosh, All My Life, that did horrendous. Trying to find some others. Two Hearts did horrendous. Oh God, we're getting back to to the days where nobody was going to the movies at all for any reason. The Broken Hearts Gallery, yeah, I covered that. After We All Know, I didn't mention the after movies. They shouldn't need to be mentioned. Those movies are are a sin to cinema, and they deserve to be burned, and they deserve to die. In my opinion, they're horrendous. They're truly awful. Before that, there was like The Photograph, which didn't made nothing. So you can just tell it's been years, years since we've had a big successful romance movie. It's been like ages. I'm still scrolling. I'm trying to find it. Trying to find one that's solely romance, that's not involved with like, I guess there's after, which is a really sad thing. Okay, 5 feet apart, something that's not after. Yes, I can accept that. That was in March of 2019. That should tell you everything you need to know about the state of the genre. And yeah, so if none of the other pandemic romance movies can do well, what chance does this have, right? I mean, it might do a little better, but it won't be a big hit, I'll tell you that. So, yeah, the essentially dead genre at this point that was once booming is now completely dead. So, yeah, I consider that a con right there, right off the bat. So, the dead genre now. So that's con number one. Con number two, lack of name talent. I don't know any of these people. Well, I know Famke Jensen, because she was the original Jean Grey, the best Jean Grey. Okay. Uh, in my humble opinion. All right. But besides her, yeah, I don't know anyone here. It's like, who are you people? And I don't think they're gonna bring in ticket sales at all. So that's a con right there. Lack of big name talent. So that's con number two. Con number three, lack of advertising. I haven't seen a big marketing push for this movie at all. I've seen more ads for Sing 2, and that's been out for a long time than this, which I guess pretty much proves that Universal, like, they really want to push Sing 2, and why wouldn't they? Sing 2 is one of the only successful movies out right now. And the weird thing is, all three successful movies out right now all start with the letter S. Spider-Man, Scream, Sing 2. What a crazy coincidence, right? um so yeah, like I haven't seen any big ads for this, a big push at all, so it's pretty much screwed in that regard. So lack of ads, that's another con. That's con number three, I think. Con number four, like just the marketplace in general, like Omnicron, like that has no factor here. That's not even a factor because it's the lack of compelling content. That's what's really killing the box office right now. Because again, only three movies have appealed to the masses in some form or fashion. The others, nope, not one bit. And I feel like this might join the club. It might join the graveyard. And yeah, so and it's not like it has a whole lot of hype surrounding it. It's not like it's a anticipated movie because it's clearly not. So yeah, just brutal marketplace, just unforgiving marketplace where it's like the haves and the have-nots, and there are way too many have-nots, and this will probably join them. So that's a con right there. Just how the marketplace is looking right now. So that's another con. Another con. Reviews are very bad. From what I'm looking at, it's at 13%. But for this genre, bad reviews are kind of the norm. I mean, look at 50 Shades. Look at Twilight. Look at After. They all have bad reviews. Didn't affect their box office too much, but so they're considered like the critic-proof movies. And could this follow suit? Perhaps, but I wouldn't bet any significant money on it at all. So, yeah, bad reviews are still bad reviews. So, that's a con. Uh I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. So, opening weekend. Oh man. I mean, Universal, they already had one big disaster in 2022. That was the 355. That was the first movie of 2022, and it absolutely tanked. Will this do as bad as that? Probably not. I mean, it's no, I don't know what the budget for this is, but it can't be more expensive than the 355. So, I'm going to say for our opening weekend, 355 open with less than 5. Okay. This is only opening like little about around, like if you do like an estimate, like oh, basically if you round a number, it's like close to 2,000 theaters. And I'm gonna say, I'm gonna be optimistic. I'm gonna say it's gonna open around 3 million, maybe 3 million or more. It could do it. It has a chance, not a great chance, but a chance to do that much, at least. I wouldn't be surprised if it did worse. And its total would probably be like 6 to 7 million, maybe 8, maybe more. I don't know. Predicting movies, these type of movies, is kind of pointless because I'm probably gonna get it wrong. But who knows? Who knows? And yeah, that's it for that. And that's it for the weekend and for the rest of January. Yeah, like that's it for January. I know it's how anticlimactic. I really wish Morbius came out in January. That would have been a good way to end the month, a somewhat strong way to end the month. But nah, it just had to move to April. It just had to. And now we end with this. And because nothing's coming out next weekend, that's going to be a dead weekend. So you won't be seeing me do this again until the 4th, where two big ish movies come out in the form of Jackass Forever and Moonfall. Then the week after that, got Death on the Nile, Marry Me, and Blacklight, which was just added to the schedule not too long ago. Then the week after that, you got Dog and you got Uncharted. So, and then a little after that, we have the Batman. So things are heating up. Although it's looking like March 11th is going to be another dead weekend. But after that, especially in April, things are going to get a lot more exciting. So I can't wait for until that happens. But yeah, right now it is so dead. It's just sad. But yeah, anywho, yeah, that's it. That's all. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, turn notifications, share the whole drill. Want to check out more videos like this? Got a playlist on the homepage of all including this one, 5 movies I've covered in 2022. Obviously, that number is going to go up quite significantly in the next few months, but yeah, right now it's real slim pickings. But at least you can, hear my thoughts on, the 355 and how much of a disaster that ended up being. So if you want to watch that, or Scream, or Bell, or King's Daughter, any of them, you can go right ahead. And also any old prediction videos I made from like 2019, 2020, 2021. All you gotta do is go to the playlist tab and you should find them relatively easily. So you can go watch all those if you know and just do it. There's also the canceled series where I go over all the movies that were supposed to come out but didn't. Um, I currently have 101 episodes, so there's obviously a lot you can watch. You can I'd suggest watching in chronological order. That way you can just see how things have evolved, how things initially just crumbled, and then things just got really just tops just out of control, just completely unstable. I feel like it would be more entertaining if you did it that way. So, yeah, I highly suggest you watch all those canceled episodes. That way, you're up to date on these movies, on where they are, when they're coming out, if they're ever going to come out, if they're going on streaming and all that. So, yeah, go watch all of them. And there's also box office recaps where I go over the box office results for any particular month. January recap will come out the first week of February, right before Jackass Forever and Moonfall. That's what I'm aiming for. And I think I can. Yeah, I think that seems achievable. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be a rather short one, obviously. But if you want to watch any of the past recap videos I've done, you can go right ahead. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out. Goodbye.